And again, if the rewards aren't very good, you can just play around and not worry about it too much. I think that's the thing. Just
it's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
it is a it's a little bit of a nightmare right now. It's a little bit of a nightmare. We've got buggy positions. Whoops, back to main screen, attack. We got buggy positions. The Fire Titan positions, they're showing increases max health. It should be total health, right? So if you go in here, your fire teams have less health. They have higher max level health, but then you have to include a healing Titan to get them up to max health, or maybe you include Mort when he is released. I don't know. There's a couple of bugs like that. There's a bug. There's a bug for if you highlight over and you're looking at the different locations. It's telling you different hero positions, the different people that's looking at it, and it seems to be universally a pain point on planning the fight, right? Just managing the fight. 150 attacks, right? 100 nodes. Jet says 150 attacks and 100 nodes. So just managing Clash of Worlds 3 times per week is going to be a part-time job in itself. I think I saw somebody mentioning that, a part-time job in of itself. The strategy that my guild and that Knuckler, Cordy, I don't know if you're here, Cordy suggested to me is basically, I think what everybody's going to devolve into is trying to clear the middle, right? Clear the middle to unlock the Citadel, and then once you unlock the Citadel, knock down the bridges and everything, let everybody free for all until people can figure it out. It's going to be a little bit messy for the first couple of times. First, I want to talk about who Clash of Worlds is for. Who is Clash of Worlds for? Let's take a look at the rewards. We've complained about the rewards significantly already. And I'm going to refer back to a member of my community, Zog. He had made a statement that I want to go ahead and read to you guys just to kind of echo the types of players that play this game, all right? Whales don't need Clash of Worlds. The average whale, or big spender, which is a casino term, by the way, the average big spender already has Iris and Amira at Absolute Star, right? They did that when the event launch happened. The average whale will care about cosmetic items, but they will run out of cosmetic items to buy very quickly, right? There's only a couple of frames, there's only a couple of avatars, very quickly, and you can only wear one thing at a time. And let's be honest with ourselves, we're not talking about Fortnite or Call of Duty or Apex Legends skins here. We're talking about very small pieces of artwork. You can maybe buy 1 or 2, maybe 3 of these to show your dominance, right? You'll buy the platinum battle frame or the dragon frame or the royal frame to prove that you're, I can buy this, by the way. This doesn't denote that I'm in the royal league or any of the high tier leagues. Doesn't matter. I can buy it. You can buy it. So with enough time, everybody will have access to these frames, so they become less valuable. So then you say, okay, well, you participate in Clash of Worlds in order to level up your totems, to level up your new darkness and your new light totems. But it never occurred to me to actually look at the cost, of leveling up a totem with emeralds. How much does it cost to level up a totem with emeralds? Well, this is a rhetorical question because none of you can actually talk back to me. In order to level up a totem with emeralds, you need to add 2972, 29773, and 175,000 for a total of 207,000 emeralds, 817. So 207, 817. And that is $160. You can spend $163 technically. $163 to max level the totem. $163. Would you, as a player, as a guild, would you want to spend 3 to 5 hours managing, trying to figure out the best way to go about doing this? Or would you rather spend $160 to save all that time? Now, the argument here is this is one of those things to convince people to buy to save time, right? If you want to save literal weeks, literal months, potentially years of playing this activity day in and day out, literal years of playing this activity day in and day out, you could spend $160. I spend about $100 a month on this game, maybe $100 every 2 months. So in just a couple of dollars, I mean, 160 isn't a couple of dollars. $163, I have a max level totem, and I no longer have any need for any of the rewards. None of the rewards from Clash of Worlds. None of them. I don't care about the cosmetic items. Maybe one or two of them. Okay, oh, they look okay, sure. I'm never going to take off my avatar and my avatar frame. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing it. I'm keeping my avatar in my avatar frame. I'm unique, I guess. I have my golden Galahad and, whatever. But, Amira and Iris, I guess, is the draw. But, again, big spenders already have a maxed Amira and a maxed Iris. Big spenders will spend $163 on emeralds to max level the totem. So then you have, okay, so whales don't need it because they've already spent emeralds to level the dark totem. The pay-to-play guys, which is me on average, right, don't need it because the effort versus the reward is meh, says Zog, right? And then the average free-to-play player will rarely ever see Clash of Worlds because it is getting exceedingly hard to be in a guild that would qualify to be in if you are free-to-play. Meaning, if you're not spending any money on this game, you're probably not going to be in a silver or gold league guild. There are some exceptions, obviously. So who is this game mode for, if not for the whales, if not for the average pay-to-play players, and if not for the free-to-play players? Well, the activity was added to have inter-server competition, right? I want to know how good my guild is going to be versus D. Warman's guild. Never mind the fact that I can never actually be in a competition with D. Warman's guild because positioning is random, right? So it's all random. Not random. There's skill-based matchmaking or whatever you want to call it, points-based matchmaking. But here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with the argument. Here's the problem with the argument of inter-server competition. It's too cute. It's too interesting, over interesting to actually be effective inter-server competition. What do I mean by that? Well, we have these buffs. Let's find a buff here. Here we go. Increase energy gain for defensive team by 70%, including a control hero and a defense team increases the buff by 5%. This is going to make me want to build a team different than what I would normally build. Now, you could argue that yes, the important part of Hero Wars, and indeed something that I harp on a lot, the important part of Hero Wars is understanding the fight, understanding which heroes to use and which heroes not to use, building the correct team to overcome the defense. But having these actually will narrow the fights. It will actually narrow the fights, right? Instead of giving you as much variety as you want, instead of letting me use any defensive team that I want, I'm more inclined to use a control team on defense here, or a team with control heroes. Now you could argue that maybe you need a control hero in every defensive line anyway. Separate argument completely. So if this were a true inter-server fight competition to see which server is the strongest, they probably shouldn't include stuff like this that limits team building design, because that's absolutely what it does. The Bastion right here increases magic defense for defense teams, including a warrior hero. How many players are leveling warriors? How many warriors are there? There's like 5 warriors. There's like 6 warriors. Like Kark, Ishmael, Zhu's marksman, Qingmao, there's not very many warriors, right? But if I don't put a warrior team here, or a player that has a warrior team, or level up a warrior team just so I can put that team here, then I'm at a disadvantage. So I don't think that this is a proper test of #1 guild on server 25 versus #1 guild on server 53 versus #1 guild on server 5. I don't think that this is a proper test. Dante's a marksman, isn't he? Yasmin, okay. Yasmin warrior. But you see my point though, right? You see my point. By putting these buffs here, to be cute, to be interesting, to change up the strategy a little bit, it effectively takes away design space. It forces you into less design space than before. That's what it does. It absolutely does. You have to use a warrior team, or you have to use a warrior hero on your defensive Bastion teams. Otherwise, the Bastion teams that you have there are at a disadvantage from the other teams, right, that are going to be putting there. So if it's not for the whales, because they're just going to buy the rewards, which, very lackluster rewards. If it's not for the pay-to-play players like myself and the average player, and if it's not the free-to-play players, and it's not actually good to determine if your guild is better than another guild, right, because of all this cute little interaction, who is it for? Team of 30 shouldn't be too hard to fill 5 warriors. That's not the point, Hero Wars Guide. Maybe they're trying to force people to not have, the same 3 teams every time, like, Spank the Monkey and Pink Pigs do. All right, they rotate their defenses to have the same basic defense on every team every week. It's for Nexters. That's exactly right, Writer Player One. That's exactly right. A team of 30, meaning a guild of 30, I'm assuming you mean Hero Wars guide, shouldn't have too hard time to field 5 warriors. But what about the players that don't level up physical attacking teams? Like if you look at my my stable of heroes, the heroes that I've chosen to level up, there's a dramatic lack of mages, a dramatic lack of magic damage. You could call Aurora kind of a mage. She does magic damage. She's more of a tank. Helios is definitely magic damage, but certainly more of a counter hero. Not really a hero that I build a team around. Jorgen, again, more of a control counter hero. It isn't until Kai, who's a 72k, dramatic lack of magic damage in my top 20 heroes. And the same can be said for other accounts about physical attacking heroes. And the physical attacking heroes that they do level up are like Zhu, Yasmin, Dante. They can throw a team in the control building or the mage building or the tank building. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Hero Wars Guide. I'm definitely oversimplifying some of it. Definitely more oversimplifying. But not every player has to build a team for that location, just 5 from the whole guild. Right, but most of my team have built Dante teams. I'm sorry, most of my guild have built Dante teams. A lot of my guild has all heroes leveled up, but my guild is kind of a bigger spender guild, so it's a little bit of an exception, right? And again, if the rewards aren't very good, you can just play around and not worry about it too much. I think that's the thing. Just play around and not worry about it too much. I'm out of Titan attacks. Okay, so now I have to do, let's see, Alchemy Tower. Wait, is this Hero War Secrets? What server are we facing here? If it is, then we gotta fight him. Oh, it is him. Awesome. Okay, well, this should be fun then. So in this instance, we're gonna go ahead and let's see. I think we should use Yasmin, and let's actually go ahead and use Martha here. YouTuber versus YouTuber. So I think Isaac is the play. I don't know if I should use Kark. I don't know if I should use Yasmin and Kark, or maybe I should do this. I like to use Yasmin against Iris, but I think this is going to be fine. Let's actually use Fenris to get some extra physical attack damage here. Go Isaac. Why not Zhu? Yeah, Zhu could work. Let's try it. Yasmin certainly. My Yasmin is pretty low level. All right, let's see how we do. Probably should have tested a little bit, but that's okay. Bonus physical attack, and then Isaac, although Isaac doesn't start to do damage for a while. Astaroth's buff is useless. Get some speed up going here. I probably should have saved that. It doesn't matter. Well, there you go. Fun stuff. Let's find, I wonder if he has any other teams or if he's been defeated so far. If I lost that, I would have messaged him and been like, I tried my best. But since I won, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to rub it in. I don't like to gloat, and I don't like to teach my boys that way either. I guess he doesn't have any. Oh, here's his other team right here. Ooh, we have Kira Fafnir line. Okay, so in this line, let's do Corvus, Kark, Iris, Morgan, and Celeste, maybe? My Celeste is a little weak. Let's try it. No Sebastian here, so let's use Fenris again. Iris, Celeste. I don't know about this, guys. I don't know about this. I may need to use Dorian. There's no pull here, so I don't know that Dorian is actually going to be the play. Let's do Fenris for some blinds. And let's actually go... No, I'm going to keep Oliver on here because I'm worried about him dying too fast. Where's Faceless? I don't need Faceless in this team. Don't use Fenris and Corvus together. You want Kira to hit your team. Oh, good point. Well, the Fenris is for the bonus physical damage. I'm not too worried about the blinds. See, this is my concern, is that I was going to be spending the entire fight. Iris was going to be spending the entire fight healing herself. A little bit of armor penetration. Oh, man. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I did it too soon. Oh, that's okay. We're going to wait until Fenris. I know that there's double armor on there, but... See, Martha Marcus is tough. Without having an Iris to get through Martha Marcus, this is going to be real tough. Like, I'm definitely going to time out from this fight. I tell you what, let's stack Fenris. Armor penetration buff. Yeah. See, we're just not going to have enough damage against this team now. Not enough damage. Good team, though. This is a really cool defensive line. Marcus, Martha. Really cool defensive line. Yeah. When Iris went down, I had no hope. Triple armor. Yeah. I was really relying on Armus here? On Iris there. Cool team, though. That's a really cool defensive lineup, though. Once you're... Maybe put like Yasmin here. Maybe put Ginger here. Once your agility hero goes down, this becomes a super, super tanky team. I think the big issue is that, you know, my healer went down too fast, and maybe I should have used Dorian instead. Do you think maybe if I'd have used Dorian, I might have had a better chance to keep Iris alive? The Curio was a trick. I think it was too. It's hard to look at this and be like, who's been hit and who hasn't been hit, because there's so many fights. We're definitely losing. I don't even know where I am on defense. Oh, I'm not defending anywhere. I'm not defending anywhere. Raven, thank you for saving me from the embarrassment of getting beaten by Hero War Secrets. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm good enough for a single position. Of the 100 positions available and my 5 teams, I'm good enough to defend one position. I'm in a decent guild. I guess that's okay. Like, I guess that's the, you know, maybe I need to stop sucking.